friends, breaks with friends, breaks with friends. It's never going to end. Breaks with friends, breaks with friends.
You ask me to do murder, but you don't ask with respect.
You're the city. R2, go back.
My powers have doubled.
Cool.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks. How's it going?
It's good. It's good. It's getting cold over here. We might be getting snow.
Fun.
And drizzle. So I'm over in Oregon City right now.
Cool, cool. The sky looks nice.
Thank you. I don't see your face though.
That's why it's an audio.
Oh, but I gotta be able to react.
episode.
I'm not having any visuals. It's gonna be purely audio. I'm gonna put visuals over top of it.
Well, it is audio.
Oh, now even more mysterious. Okay. I wanted to at least see your facial expressions. You're not. I wouldn't be putting it on the video. I was just gonna do an audio podcast and put visuals over. But if I could see you while we have a conversation, that would be nice. But
I wasn't prepared for video.
what are you in clown makeup or something? What are you coming from, like
That would be
class?
Clown makeup. The huge, it's Sunday.
You know what I do on my Sundays? I get crazy. Clown makeup.
Anyway, so what is this episode about?
I don't know. Let's talk about the current affairs, I guess. We'll start right there. We're about two weeks or whatever. I don't even know. The fucking January lasted for like a year. I don't know. We're into this first few fuckery weeks of this bullshit. You had some things you wanted to say about it. Maybe we do that, but also we can talk about creative things too, what we've been working on and stuff like that. So the floor is yours. I mean, whatever's your most. Okay? Do you have any peeves?
Peeves about what's going on politically in our country right now?
Yeah, or anything else, but like peeves. That we'll start there. What's
I mean, I don't know. There's a fire hose of chaos points every single day. So I don't know which one of those thousands of things should we talk about here?
Yeah, I was even trying to do some solo podcasts between now or at the beginning of the month or January and here. I did a couple podcasts, but the news cycle is so fucking out of fucking control that I couldn't even get a grasp on what even to begin to talk about. Like, I mean, it hasn't slowed down. So,
No.
I mean, what I've been gathering is what I'm getting when I think about this stuff is, I'm tuning out the less. I'm getting more of my news not from the major news cycles, but independent and Canadian. Now Canadian, I just subscribe to the Canadian news because they seem to be pretty on top of it. But after the Trudeau speech, which
I think that there is a call for independent news because mainstream news isn't really covering it. So some of the independent news sources that I think we've talked about is like the Ben Meiselas and Michael Popak and a couple others created Midas Touch. Is that one of the ones that you get information from, Midas Touch Network?
Yeah, I've been watching Brian Taylor Cohen, and I've been watching David Feldman lately, which he's just changed his hours. He was going in at like 12:30 at night every night. He's a comic. He used to, anyways. But now he's got, I like him. He's covering a lot of bases, and he's. I recommend him. There's also
Heather
Mockler is good. That kid, he's good. But
I think I know who you're talking about. Heather Cox Richardson is a historian. She's on it. Yeah, she's good. Tristan Snell is another one who's on things. I actually appreciate George Conway's contributions. Kellyanne Conway's ex-husband.
I know who he is.
He was trying
to pull that one out for me, but
he was trying to bring to people's attention who were unaware that Trump has a severe personality disorder. He was trying to bring that to people's attention. So I appreciate him for that. And he knows what's going on. I mean, a lot of people don't know that Trump has a severe personality disorder. They don't even might not know what a personality disorder is.
Well,
It's important.
that's a
Yeah.
lot. Giving them a lot of credit to not know either of those things.
Some people just don't even know what that means. You know, what does that mean? Trump has malignant narcissistic personality disorder or severe narcissistic personality disorder. And that means that his brain is not functioning like most people's in a way that causes him to do everything for himself, nothing for anyone else, lie all the time, and cause damage. And it's pathological and lifelong, and a lot of people don't even know what that is. So it's important, I think, for people to understand that this person is suffering from a severe personality disorder and is mentally declining, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He's just getting
it's all
worse.
shit. The whole thing's been shit from fucking 2016 to whenever the fucker got into our fucking lexicon or fucking zeitgeist or pop cult. Yeah, yeah. But people knew this about him and voted for him anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if people totally understand that, what what it even means. And I think there's a lot of voter remorse and people at least starting to say, this isn't what I voted for. I think it's only on the margins, like the true cult members who are saying stupid things like, I'm glad to pay higher prices if it means that we're safer and better off, even though we're not.
No,
That's
Brian Taylor Cohen just memed a thing. You're like, okay, tariffs. You guys he just raised your taxes. You know that, right?
Yeah. And then the counter spin is for some Trump supporters to say, "Oh, I'm glad to pay more money because he's fixing our border and keeping us safe," or "I'm glad to pay more money because America was so fucked up for the last 4 years that I'm just glad that our daddy's home," or whatever,
Oh,
like.
that's surely it's gonna make my spine fucking. Ugh. Can't handle that.
So, yeah, there's some spin, but there's some voter remorse. And there are people that are saying, hey, this is not what I voted for. Because, of course, they didn't. He wasn't talking about getting economically combative with our allies and trade partners during his campaign. He was saying, I'll bring grocery prices down rapidly. I will lower costs. I'll bring the rent down. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. That's what he was saying. And low information voters were like, sign me up. But now look at
Well,
what's happening.
the remorse isn't going to get us anywhere in this thing. I mean, acknowledging what happened or what didn't happen or what went wrong or whatever. I'm not saying that you're saying that, but it's just like it's a little too late, little late.
So what do you think should happen?
Uh, well, uh, what I mean, I'd like him not to be in our president. Um,
Right.
and I don't know what that looks like because they had a chance to put him away fucking 8 months ago, or
Uh-huh.
or to drop the hammer on all that shit, and they didn't
Right.
do it. So I don't. I mean, obviously, I don't like the Canadian. I like what Trudeau had to say yesterday when he gave a speech. He's like something like something to do with the effect of well, knowing that he's talking directly to the American people. He goes, knowing that what I just told you or something like that. I'm not gonna quote him because I'll get it wrong, but it's something to the effect that we are open for business here in Canada, and we would love to show you our beautiful country. If you're any Americans want to come over here, we have
Right.
very diverse and collective, very good, beautiful scenery to vacation at.
Yeah, that's actually gracious of him since the leader, the person who's pretending to be the leader of our country is being such an asshole.
Well, this is just a flame division, and ultimately he wants people conflict in the streets, and he also wants to probably roll out a military parade at some point, I'm sure.
Now, he already wanted all of that, of course. But he's not infallible. He has a grade school level of intelligence, and when whatever day of the week that was that there was the freeze on all the federal funding, they had to roll that back. They had to rescind it. He's not just like, I'm going to do this and then it's done, and then I'm going to do that and then it's done. He
Well,
doesn't have
the idea of that is what I've gotten is a little bit like he's pushing to see where how far he can go, like with Patel and there and
right.
Kennedy and Hagseth and all that shit, that fucking all that fuckery. Even that chick that what's that chick that shot her dog? That all
Christy
that
Noam.
yeah, yikes. Nightmare. All that fucking it's a poster. It's a fucking nightmare, man. Anyways.
Well, there some of those nominees are national security threats, so we're definitely not safer. We're not becoming safer, obviously. But well, one big problem I think that's happening here is that Trump is allowing Elon Musk to attempt to reshape our government the way that he reshaped Twitter, by firing the people who were looking out for um, posts that are like filled with lies or hate speech or all that kind of thing, but applying it to our government such that people who were the independent watchdogs of the government, or anyone who disagrees with Trump, they're trying to root them out, fire them, get them to leave, and gut the whole thing. And it's pretty alarming that Elon Musk, who's not elected, and the non-governmental agency that Trump placed him in, has people going into the Treasury and being given access to sensitive payment systems. Like, this is beyond kind of a shock and awe campaign. It's totally devastating to our checks and balances, and it's illegal.
Well,
So it's
Elon was blocked from going in that building.
Well, what I was reading on the news this morning was that ultimately the people that he sent to the Treasury were given access to sensitive payment systems. So that's the latest thing that I had read this morning, unless that has changed.
Ay, ay, ay. This is like a fucking nightmare.
It is, but a lot of people were pointing that out before the election. So it was known, all this stuff was known. Trump's not intelligent enough to have created the point by point 900 pages of Project 2025, but he is more than willing to allow people who crafted it, including Stephen Miller and others, to implement it. So it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, the yeah, and that Elon Musk Nazi thing was just like what the fuck?
Yeah, he's a creepy weirdo, definitely. He's a danger
Yeah.
to not just our country. Europe's not happy with him either.
No, the mega thing that they just tried to thing, like make a European great again. Europe great again. Which is mega. But this is
Um,
like gotten like what's the I mean the I keep on the one thing is people keep on saying stay what you they want you to confuse you, they want to exhaust you, they want to make you tune out. Uh I mean
right.
and so but stay vigilant, stay creative and stay like communicative and stuff like that. But I mean, are we just literally watching the Titanic go down? Just like there's no accountability. This is just what it looks like when people read it in the year, the in the pages of the history. They're gonna like, well, why don't they just fucking stop this shit?
Yeah, I hope that there is an effective counter movement within the government and outside the government to to stop the madness from happening here. It's already underway. So I do hope there's a robust counter movement. What does that mean for every person, though? I'm not sure. Some people say call your senators and your House representative and light a fire under their ass. Does that do anything? I don't know. When their voicemails are full and you can't get through, it's frustrating. What are the other ways? Expert hackers go in and disrupt whatever Elon's trying to do, disrupt mainstream news screens. I don't know the answer. I don't know the solution.
Well, the thing that I'm just repeating some information that I'm remembering as I'm talking to you is like Putin he couldn't have paid for a better situation if he had made billions of, there's no price that he could have paid that would have made him look and China look better right now than this. With Elon and everybody, they couldn't have paid for that. So the idea of that is and they've obviously been doing a cyber war for like a while. Um,
Mm.
Digital AI is coming. The quantum
Mm.
computing's coming. They all know this. And I mean, this, we got to keep engaged and activated,
Mm-hmm.
do things. I mean, personally, on a personal level, how I've been dealing with it is just, and this is happening strongly, but like taking control of the things I do have control over, like
Mm-hmm.
getting rest, being creative, how to push myself to paint a little bit, but you gotta, each day is like a gift, and so you can't let them wear you down and not let you appreciate the beauty of existence.
Yeah, all of that's really important. Nobody's effective when they're underslept and strung out by paying too close attention to everything without making sure that you're well rested, eating correctly, yeah, being creative, all that stuff. That is all important, I agree. But it's overwhelming. There's just the onslaught of chaos that's happening right now. Um, yeah, it's weird to even be in our country with the current happenings. Yep. Could have been prevented.
Yeah, and why wasn't it? It was, but that's doesn't really matter. It's about the people, even like people who voted for him that I was like really surprised that voted for him. And I was like, it's just like, why did they vote for him? Because you want to see everything blow up and in front of your face? Is that what you want? You want complete. I knew my brain goes to I could go. I'm keeping myself going from a very dark place of what this
Hmm.
looks like in like a year or two.
Hmm.
And is he trying
Yeah.
to cause a civil war? He's trying to it's conquer and divide sort of thing.
I
It's like
don't think that Trump's capable of thinking that far ahead. He's just on a revenge tour and he has a serious mental illness. I don't think that he is thinking things out in a psychologically balanced, healthy way, and he's never been a smart guy. I
then how
think
did he
he,
get to where he I mean I'm not saying he's smart at all, but like who supported like wasn't didn't he get like some sort of weird payment? Like I mean there's an Epstein plane too that he's been flying around in. There's like this thing's got so many fucking holes in it. It's fucking ridiculous. Like
well,
who's the puppet
he's
master of
a
the thing?
cult leader. He's a cult leader, so he has all kinds of cult members propping him up and doing things for him and helping him, who they don't see who he is. And
Yeah.
a lot of voters didn't see it or don't see it or believed him.
So do you think there'll be a time that they do?
Yeah. I mean, all cults eventually come to an end. And I mean, right now, like I was saying, there are a lot of voters who regret and are saying that there's a shift of the tone on social media, and a lot of voters are like, "Hey, I didn't vote for this." And I think that's just the beginning of the cracks showing. Plus, he's not the same guy he was during the first term. He doesn't even look the same. He looks confused. He looks ancient. He looks, his eyes are like glossed over. He doesn't even look the same. Honestly, I think he has a mental decline, and a lot of psychologists have pointed out he was showing on the campaign trail signs of dementia. Now he's not campaigning anymore, so we don't see him speaking for more than what, like a couple minutes. But if there's a longer section of footage of him speaking, he sounds like a person whose brain is not all there.
Well, no, you
So,
never sounded. That's never. I agree with everything you're saying, but it's like as it seems to have not made a difference.
well, we're not really seeing him now. So it and the new quote unquote news or the mainstream news, they have been, I'll just borrow that term, sane washing him since the campaign. So it's not getting pointed out.
Well,
People just drop
I've
it up.
seen the stuff that I've been watching has been pointing out for a while now, especially since when the debates happened. Um,
Oh yeah. I mean,
um,
I everything that I watch is there's one podcast, a video podcast. It's two clinical psychologists. It's called Shrinking Trump. They started last year and they were pointing it out 8 months ago. But the average American, they're not aware. I don't think they're aware. Yeah, I'm paying close attention.
well,
Eh,
so the idea of just creating this chaos so people get I mean he's just pushing areas to see how far he'll go, and if they get blocked or if they get tied up in court, he's still pushing it all the time to see how far he can go, and maybe
sure.
one of those things will stick.
I don't know. I think that I think it'll be a disaster. I think it's this short-sighted, ill thought out, relying on the people who they also want things for themselves. Elon Musk just wants more for himself. He doesn't care who has to feel pain because of it. And the drafters of Project 2025 basically just want to take away the checks and balances, give more power to the president, and then be free for whatever their agenda might be. Um, so I do not like that the checks and balances are being eroded. Our entire governmental system is under attack. It wasn't perfect, but obviously the power shouldn't be concentrated into the hands of the executive branch only. So, huge problem. I wonder if the one data point of Luigi will make a difference in how people approach what's going on here. You know what I mean?
No, explain.
Well, the guy who murdered the CEO of the health insurance company was lauded as a folk hero. So I wonder if that would make a change in how people decide to approach, their country being basically ruined before their eyes. Maybe there is a different way to go about things. I'm not saying murder, but I'm saying that since holding a CEO responsible with violence is wrong, but people resonated with, hey, let's not let people who are merely interested in enriching themselves at the expense of others' well-being and lives get away with it. Maybe people don't want to allow that to happen. And, songs were made, people were celebrating this person. So maybe that'll have a ripple effect. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, with those Jan 6 guys being basically a militia that'll do anything, that are out and about freely, that's another context of people that are willing to go to, bear arms for this fucking asshole. Um,
That is a problem.
it creates a definitely it's creating a very volatile in potential of really bad things to happen and martial law. robots on the street. What are we looking at here? Everybody's personal IDs. I mean, do people start leaving the country, going to Canada, Mexico? I mean, how many? I mean, the plane crashes. I mean, 2025 started out pretty in pretty much in sixth gear. So, I mean,
Right.
can't this you can't keep
Disaster.
this momentum.
Trump's America is just a disaster already. So, but I still, yeah, we don't know yet. What will be the resistance to it? We don't know yet. But people who were lackluster and sort of just going along before, I think that they are now like, oh shit, uh, and they're standing up. I don't know yet though what the resistance will look like, but there should be one.
I mean, independent media, uh, you know, news, obviously, those things are, they're combating that on a moment, on a several, each one doing several different things a day on it because it's happening a moment. But don't get, I mean, I don't want to get drowned in it, but that's why I've been kind of focused on my art and kind of editing some stuff. And because I don't know, what is it? I don't, it's not, I mean, I say it's not really what I want to spend my time doing, but you also have to, there's a balance of staying aware of it, staying communicative in it, and responsive when things, it's good to be in the know. But I mean, my mom watches fucking Fox all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the idea. I mean, part of me, I got a couple ideas, but like, it's like, this is also the potential of being just wrapped up in bullshit that nothing gets done, like a lame duck thing, hopefully. You know,
Right, right,
there's
right.
the pushback, going just like with that federal money. I mean,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, what was that thing that Trudeau said yesterday? Like, there's no reason for this tariff war. There's not like any Americans, I don't think, that are saying when they think about Canada, oh, damn Canada, those guys are just awful. He said there's nobody
No,
thinking that. So,
no one ever thought that before, but I saw some comment on social media today where someone said that Canadians are harming our children by allowing fentanyl across the border. Like, even if something's not an issue, it becomes an issue
well, that's what
when,
well, he's got
yeah,
1% of the fentanyl that, like, less than 1% of the fentanyl that comes to this country comes through that Canadian border.
right. But people don't always pay attention to the full sentence, and then they think, oh, like the person I just mentioned is like, oh, Canadians are harming our children. No, it's not accurate, but disinformation has run wild at this point.
Well, do you think also this is where what this looks like right now is like reality TV meets basically people I think sort of voted for this that are MAGA because it's entertaining for them, and it gives them a sense of purpose for their lives, gives them something to align to a greater cause, if you will, and it's also very participatory, interactive entertainment politics. It's not.
It is, but
It's like
also
a sideshow.
when people feel like pain in their finances, then how entertaining will it continue to be?
I don't know. It's a
Nobody
cult.
like,
It's a cult, so they might just go
yeah,
right,
it's a cult.
fucking drink right to the fucking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a cult, definitely.
I told my mom, I was talking to my mom about it. She came out talking to me. We were having a heart-to-heart talk, and I was like, and I love my mom, but I was like, you're not going to understand what I'm saying to you. I'm telling her about Trump and all this stuff. I said, and this is before he was elected. I said, this guy cannot get in office, but you won't understand that he's a rapist, sexual predator. The list is endless. 34 felons, but it
Mhm.
doesn't matter. When you say 34 felons to a MAGA person, they go, well, that wasn't real court.
Right,
Anything they'll say,
right.
anything that the real, yeah, they don't think that was a real court. Anyways, they'll say anything you can possibly guess. But and I was like, Mom, you're not gonna, and I love you, but you're in a cult, so you're really not gonna understand or even retain any of this information that we're talking about.
Hmm.
And she didn't.
Right. I know it's
And she didn't.
difficult.
You can tell them right to their face, and I love her with all. That's why it's triggered me so hardcore. It's like because I see this person that I don't know that I've known all my life.
Right. There is a guy who left the cult, and I think he has a channel called Leaving MAGA. And he talks to other people who were in the Trump cult or were Trump supporters who are no longer, and they speak about it. And I think that that might be good for some people who are now kind of like, huh, I'm not, there's some people that are like, well, I love Trump, but I'm not sure what he's doing is so great right now. And they might benefit from hearing, some of these people's
But they won't
exit.
even they won't even listen to it. They won't
Right.
even.
Most won't. Most won't.
It's that pain body Eckhart Tolle thing. If it's not being fed, if it's not feeding that pain body, they'll find something that does. And that thing,
Mhm.
that leaving MAGA or cult or whatever, that won't doesn't feed the pain body because it's not in um it's not in harmony of what their belief system has been built.
Right. But some people who have had sort of a crack in their viewpoint might be more willing, or they might catch, a sentiment from someone who actually left the Trump bubble more than somebody who isn't questioning anything and who isn't saying, I'm not sure, I'm glad that he's doing what he's doing. So, something could get in
Yeah.
for certain of the people
It's
who are in that bubble.
I believe that there is people that will cross over, lots, hopefully an exodus. But for that situation, from what I've contended with, that
Mhm.
that thing is a steel trap.
Right.
They are locked in because if they even budge, I'm not saying that there'll be migrations. People will definitely, like you said, all cults come to an end. But like
Hmm.
for the people that closest to me, it's like a it's like a like they're locked.
Right. As people in cults
I
tend to
took my
be.
mom on a mushroom journey on her birthday
Um,
to a concert trying
mm,
to unlock that. That's how
hmm
we got, and none of it unlocked.
I
None of it.
see.
And
Interesting.
that was
Hmm.
and I'm a good doser too. Like I gave her,
Hmm.
we had heart to heart. I was crying, talking about this is before, like I think during Trump's first term, and
Ah,
and at the moment she was receptive, but that was just for that moment, and
ah,
that's a locked in situation, and I can only imagine
right.
that people, even like you got JD Vance. I mean, that guy. I mean, you got
Yeah.
Pence. He fucking shook his hand at the fucking inauguration, or when I mean, these people. Bill Maher is even going right. Have you been
Hmm.
watching Bill Maher at all lately?
No, I don't. I haven't.
I mean, I didn't. I was on the fence with him for like a long time, anyways. But
Hmm.
these last 2 or 3 episodes haven't been funny, and he's kowtowed a little bit to the right. He's like saying shit about the right that I he wouldn't have said 5 years ago.
Huh, that's too bad.
It's weird.
Seems yeah. Another one that I look at on Saturdays is Robert Reich, who's the economist. He used to be the Secretary of Labor. He's now older, but it's called Coffee Klatch, and it's Robert Reich, and I forget her name. It's always with a woman and sometimes with a third person. That's a good one to listen to as well or watch as well.
Do you know of a chick named I think I sent you one, but she's English. Hold
Um,
on, find it.
Tell me more.
Uh, I'll tell you exactly. You should follow her immediately. Her name is um one. She's great. She's very, very good. I should just show you the whole episode right now, but um it's a super tan ski. It's
Hmm.
this chick, she's English. I'll just go to her thing real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I'll put her thing up real quick. You should follow her.
And what does she talk about?
Politics.
Uh-huh.
And
But
she's amazing. She's amazing.
does she live in America now or
No,
no? Oh.
But
Mm-hmm.
what's happening over in England right now is happening over here. It's
Mm-hmm.
there's a very anyways, I she's very, very smart and very, very funny. It's very, very dry. But
Uh-huh.
I would recommend she does 7 to 12 minute videos like once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very articulate.
Nice. Yeah, and it is good to listen to things that are comedic as well. Of course, it's still good to have moments of levity and humor, of course.
Yeah, you got to break it up. I mean, there's so much information, but there's certain, I would trust her opinion on a lot of things. I'd trust, yeah, there's good information out there, but as far as like major networks, no.
Mhm. Right. No, of course. That's why I think the rise of independent media is happening. There's an audience for it, for sure.
Yeah, and they can't just go around, the nightmare of him just shutting everybody down. There's gonna be you can't just shut down a country.
Right. Especially our country. There are still the different branches are still, they're not destroyed yet. So I think that there's a good chance that Trump won't just get away with everything he's trying to do. It's bad, but I don't think he'll just be able to get away with everything he's trying to do.
I hope not.
I hope not
It's
too.
even a fraction of what he wants to do is like, I mean, he's putting all these nightmare scenarios out. So it is like gotcha, gotcha, gotcha trying to stuff. He's trying to, flame up stuff, obviously. But I mean, the momentum of this, I mean, it is not sustainable on his end. There's no way he can keep on ramping up and going this hard, this fast for this long. He can't do that. I mean, I'd be amazed. I mean, not amazing, but like in a bad way. But I mean, you just can't press on the necks of all these people and not have. And is he trying to get a civil war? Is he trying to break out the he wants some situation. You can tell he's fishing for something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's just on a revenge tour and he's giddy with the fact that he doesn't have to go to jail like he would have and just giddy with power. I don't think that he's a master planner at all. Yeah, and he's mentally ill. So
Are there a lot of
hopefully,
Trumpers where you live?
um, fairly good amount here. Yeah. Not a ton, but yeah, a good amount, I'd say. Or people who are like, he's not perfect, but
Oh,
like those kind of folks.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many. It's so crazy. I have got some neighbors in Salem, and one of them is I love. They're great friends. He's got a white wife. He's Samoan, and I was like complaining one day. He's my mechanic, and and I was like, man, this Trump shit, man, is just freaking me out with mom. He's just Trump over there. I mean, you don't like Trump, do you? To his wife, and she goes, "Oh yeah, man, I don't like his personality, but I like what he, you know, wants to do." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh well, let's not talk about politics because we were good friends," and I was like so surprised at that.
Yeah, I mean, clearly she doesn't have the right idea or didn't have the right idea about what he wants to do. What does she think that he wanted to do? Make Americans' lives better? Because that's not what he wants to do.
Yeah, didn't he
Yeah.
want to cut like SNAP programs and shit like that? I mean, I'm on food stamps, so I can't. I mean, that's a nightmare for me to go to get off that stuff.
Well, whatever day that was, Tuesday or whatever, whenever it was, yeah, when that was brought up, that was when like the backpedaling started and the rescinding happened. Because yeah, I think that would instantly drop his favorability rating, and it would be chaos and hardship for so many people. So
Well, so at the
uh,
beginning of the show, you asked me how I wanted to see what did I want to see happen.
mhm.
So the question is being thrown back at you. What? What do you want to see happen?
Well, I wish Americans were more organized. Like we're a capitalist focused country, a capitalism focused country. So like organized boycotts, which we I think aren't organized to do enough to do, but like a boycott, massive boycotts could kneecap some large companies. I mean, Bezos, Musk, others. So boycotts, but I don't know if we have it together, in conjunction with being out in the streets and protesting more effectively. And, it's a pipe dream, but like excellent hackers. I wish that they would kind of so some of those would swoop in and take over people's screens and say kind of interrupt the fire hose of propaganda that's happening. That's my wish list.
So what do you think that okay, if that was to happen, what do you think that would look like? Like how would
Well,
you see that
if
affect
I
their
yeah, if I knew that, then I then I would probably be in a more activist role, but I don't know because I'm not an organizer of boycotts. I don't, I'm not someone who knows hackers. Um, I don't know.
well, this is the cyber war then. You know, when quantum computing comes on and robots are in the street and I mean that we're not that far away from it.
Right. I mean, but then won't we have like people who then take down those patrolling robots in various ways?
Hackers,
Um,
that's you got to do it from the hacking inside. You can't just be on the street and do it. Everything's videotaped, or there's cameras everywhere. Uh,
mhm.
uh, I mean,
Yeah,
like how dystopian does this look when before the shit hits the fan? I mean,
right. It's already looking pretty dystopian to me. Yeah, and has for a little while.
yeah,
Anyway, well,
I
we've been
remember, I
talking about
remember,
this
I
for
remember.
almost an hour. Yeah.
No, we've been about 45 minutes. Actually, about 40 minutes. Um, we started around 3:12, so whatever that is.
Hmm.
But I mean, let's talk about something hopeful. Something. How do you with? Are you are you okay? Are you treating yourself right? I know you are, but like, are you doing things that are fun? I see that you're hiking a lot. Are you still playing the ukulele? Are you writing anything? Are you
I
working
am, yeah,
work
I'm
fun?
doing all of those things. I'm practicing ukulele daily and yeah, being in nature, being around the people in my life that I spend time with. And at work, I enjoy what I do. It's my day job, which happens in the evening, but it's my day job. I'm a mixologist. I can create there. There's a martini contest coming up, and our place is sending a cocktail that I created to be in the contest. Last year, my drink came in second place last year.
Woo!
So,
That's your
that's
dream.
fun. What is it?
Yeah.
Well, I had to work within the parameters of what our bar department wanted to do, which is to create a spa style drink. So I had to work with cucumber vodka, organic cucumber vodka. So I used what's called an Amaro, a gentian Amaro. It has a lot of kind of medicinal ingredients, but it still tastes good. A little bit of that, a little bit of elderflower syrup, and cucumber bitters. So that is my drink.
What's it called?
It's called Symphony of Flowers.
Oh, that's a pretty drink. Oh, that's nice. Do you have a picture of it?
I do have a picture of it.
Maybe you can put it on the screen when I do the edit. If you can send
Yeah, I could send you the photo of it.
perfect. So I'll do that
Yeah,
after. Um, so that's good. And the weather's been good over there. Fires didn't affect you.
it's raining, which is perfect because we needed it.
Nice. Is it warm?
Yep. No, it's chilly. It's February. I'm
What?
glad
How?
it's chilly.
What's the
Like I
temperature?
don't want to. I don't want it to be warm. Probably 50 something. It's not freezing, but
That's
it's not warm.
pleasant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay, we'll let you go soon. I have a couple more interesting things I want to get little topics. Do you think you'll be on Facebook forever?
I have never thought about that. I don't use Facebook much. Um, I haven't posted anything for well over a month. And so yeah, I'm not sure because I've never given that any thought. Um,
You're not on Facebook every day.
I might glance at Facebook, but I'm not really using Facebook. Yeah, I don't post often. I have my author page and a regular page, and I mean, I don't usually get political on Facebook because our country is pretty divided at the moment, and it just creates contention. And it's also a social media platform. It's like, it's not that important, you know? There are many social media platforms, and, you know, Facebook, some people are like, oh, that's for old people. You know, like it's not that important. So I haven't thought about it. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying to get off of it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I was boycotting it years and years ago. I did the little had a little party like get off Facebook for a day and come and hang out with me at the beach in Paradise Cove. I did that and no and because I was like so over because I guess it was my own scrolling through. I've been finding myself like scrolling while I'm listening,
Mm-hmm.
multi-devicing and stuff like that, and it's a little much. I just yeah, I'm not, I'm turning my phone off at a certain time at night. I'm trying to be, but that's when you want to keep on the spindle of information. You want to keep because it's such a now to now, like things are it's so dramatic. Anyways, you got to kind of turn off. But I'd like to get off Facebook. I want to look at some YouTube videos about it, like because it's like breaking up with somebody, you know?
Hmm. Interesting. Well, there's also, you know, the cesspool of X, which can
No, I
be
would never do that.
an interesting place, but it's a complete cesspool. And then there's Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. That's I just got in Blue Sky.
Right. And Blue Sky might be a little bit of an echo chamber, but it's also nice to have conversations that aren't interrupted by people who just want to, or chaos agents.
Oh shit, dude! It started to hail. It started to snow. Do you see
Oh,
that?
nice. Um, I can, oh, wait, maybe a little bit.
You see on the ground a little bit,
Oh, I love snow.
or it's yeah, that's snow. It's a wet snow. It's not gonna
Hmm.
stick. Um, but yeah, do you think it's there's nobody associated with a Blue Sky that's a bad person like Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or anybody, right?
Not at the moment. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no.
Do you know who
So,
else was in that with the Zuckerbergs? You know that $1 million row, the $1 billion row of people at the inauguration that doesn't get a lot of talk
um,
is
who else was
the guy who
there?
what's that?
I was gonna say Bezos and his wife, and who
Yeah,
else?
and all those guys. Well, there's a guy in there that owns that wasn't talked about. He owns Marvel.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Hmm. Huh.
Just FYI.
Right. I mean, that was all like performative bullshit, you know. I agree with the late Jimmy Carter that Trump that Trump's an illegitimate president. It's an illegitimate presidency. I agree with Jimmy Carter.
Just show that. Dude,
I
that's
can kind
snow.
of, yeah, I can sort of see that. Cool.
I was listening to what you were saying.
Hmm.
So what do you want to do with the rest of your day?
Well, since I went down to San Francisco yesterday, went to the De Young Museum, was out and about, I'm just gonna stay home and be cozy. I made quiche, so I have more of that. It's yummy. And of course, yeah, strum some ukulele. What and yeah, I don't know what else. Video game, perhaps.
Ah, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to watch this, I did a little mini documentary movie about my friend Rip Kronk, who
Hmm.
had an art show here, and I spent the night at his house, and so I made a little 16-minute little documentary. You should check it out. Are you subscribed to my channel? You should be. You're been on my show.
I might be. I actually might not be subscribed to anyone's channel. So, but I might be. I don't usually, I'm not a subscriber in general. I just kind of look for things I want to listen to.
Well, we've been friends for 40 years. We got to subscribe to my channel. Come on. But look at, check out this chick. If you want something, it's not long and you might find it very fascinating.
Cool. Thanks for recommending. I will look at that for sure.
Yeah, if you're looking for a little soundbite, you know, it's not. Oh, look at it. And the rain that's Oregon right there. Do you see that?
The
sun's coming back out.
Oh, gotcha.
We have five different we have 5 different things that happen in a day weather-wise here.
Right. How bizarre. I'm glad we were able to talk about all this.
Is there anything else that we can leave this audience, whoever turned this on, with? I mean, any words of hope? I mean, do you want to do this next year again? This is the second time you're on my show. I hope it was fun.
Oh, we could do this as an annual thing.
Yeah. Except you're the first. That was like almost 4.5 years ago.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's right. Okay, but yeah, it could still be an annual thing, so it'll be a lot more often. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone listening, talk to your hacker friends.
It's gonna be a hack. This is gonna get really weird, man. It's gonna get really weird. Buckle up, man. I just I want people to be safe as well, and you know, don't forget to appreciate the beauty in life.
I agree. I agree with that.
Friends with friends, friends with friends, friends with friends, it's never going to end. Friends with friends, friends with friends.
You asked me to do murder, but you don't ask with respect.
You're the city. R2, go back.
My powers have doubled.